Hi, this is Darren and this is Tip Tap Game Clash. On our episode today we are going to be talking about building a gaming PC on a budget, looking at what options there are for you and what you might need to consider going forward. So let's have a quick look at some of the components and me do my unboxing. So the first thing I always touch upon is the motherboard. So I have got the ASRock. It's something with a rock. B450M Steel Legend. So the B450M is, or the B450 is AMD's previous generation of chipset that they released as to manufacturers as being a kind of standard to support the AM4 processors, and they will support I think up to the Ryzen 7 3800, something like that. Do not hold me to it though. Please make sure you check with whatever manufacturer you buy from about what their boards are capable of doing. So just quickly, I want to talk about PC component pricing. This fluctuates pretty much every week, and it's important that you think that when you're ready to hit that buy button, are you prepared to wait just to see if those prices drop? So for example, the B450M motherboard which I purchased, which was £90, has actually reduced to £84. And also the processor, which was the AMD Ryzen 5 3400G, that is a tongue twister, has dropped from £130 down to £120. Ultimately, this has only given me a £16 saving, or about $21.5, but it's still money, which I can then allocate to different components. If you've not gone for an integrated graphics solution such as the 3400G, you will need to think about purchasing a separate graphics card. Prices do range from about £50 all the way up to the hundreds, so working out your budget then becomes even more crucial. AMD's more basic processors start from less than £100. They're more than capable for standard desktop, but when you get into gaming, this will be quite demanding for them to keep up. Now, we've spoken about the motherboard, what impact that can have, and also the processor. That leaves one other component that I want to discuss very quickly, and that's storage. Storage is often overlooked, and that's really frustrating because storage has the most significant impact on how games perform in the reading and writing to the disk. Most commonly now are solid state drives. I've purchased a SABRENT 512 gig rocket drive, they call it. It's an M.2, which basically allows for it to physically plug into the motherboard. This gives it an incredibly high speed read-write values of over 3000 megabits per second, and it's important that we optimize the system completely to get the best performance out of everything that we're doing, either from running applications, games, or even just from Windows. So I've now built my computer. It took me around 2 hours to do, which is slightly longer than I had anticipated. I thought it'd be about an hour if I was being a bit overzealous. However, it's working, which is great. The time that I spent most on was the actual motherboard. I got really frustrated. I ended up swearing an awful lot. However, it's working. So what I ran into was, with the motherboard, on the reverse side is a thermal plate that sits under where the processor lives. This is to distribute the heat more evenly when the processor is running, along with the cooling fan that sits on top. As I pre-assembled the motherboard with the processor, memory and storage and fitted that into the case, I wasn't aware of this thermal plate. Unclipping it, unscrewing it, fitting it all again, and it's all working fine. I do have one final issue, which is when I use my USB-C, it seems to short the actual board and it will power off. Now that everything is finished, I get to play games. And in order to kick things off, I'm grateful that with the AMD Ryzen 5 processors, you currently get a 3-month subscription to Xbox Game Pass. This allows you access to around about 100 games that you can download and play to your heart's content. So it gives me an opportunity to see what this processor combination can do on this basic gaming PC. I'm optimistic though. I've seen some other YouTube videos, so fingers crossed. Also at the end of this video I have captured some footage of League of Legends Teamfight Tactics, which is an auto battle chess game. It seems to run really well, especially at 1080p with the highest quality. I'm averaging about 35 to 40 frames per second, which is perfectly playable. And then I've also captured some footage of Overwatch. Overwatch was a mixed bag, if I'm honest, so I'm going to go back and explore how we can maximise that as best as I can. That will also follow the other video as well. Anyway, thanks very much. If you liked, hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Any issues or questions, please send me a comment and I will respond to you.